All right. Welcome back. Tonight we're going to be taking a look at another Book of Faces purchase. It's just a black case. That's all we're looking. No, I'm just kidding. Calm down. I wouldn't do that to you. Well, before I open this, let's go over it. This is a Wick'd Omega V3. And that yellow dot indicates that it's going to be gold. I'm not a fan of gold Boro Bridges or RBAs, but it came with a package deal, so we're gonna take a look at it. So let's dive down. Let's take a look and see what I got with it. All right, so this is everything I got in the package. And the person I got this from, I do quite a few purchases with, and they are really good about making sure their things are clean, all the packaging and all the information's in there. So everything that's in this package is what you would normally get if you were to purchase this from a clone site, because this is a clone of the bridge. So let's take a look at what all we got. All right. We'll set this over here. First, you're going to get your Wick'd Omega in gold. You're going to get your standard Allen key. You're going to get a funny little hex key. And I'll show you what that's for. You're going to get your 510 adapter. You're going to get airflow pins. And you're going to get grub screws and O-rings. These grub screws and these O-rings have not been used. So, but this person is really, really good about sending out very clean items. Like this still has water in it from when he cleaned it and shipped it. So, yeah. Actually, I don't think I'm going to need any of these. Wait, which one? I think I might need one. But it comes with an array of pins. You get a 1, a 2.5, a 3, 3.5, and a 4. And if I'm not mistaken, that's going to be the 4, and that's the one I'm going to use. But we'll set this to the side for now. We'll go over this key. And we're going to need this, and I'm not going to use the Allen key. I'll use my own. I want to make sure I don't strip it. Sorry if my voice sounds a little funny. I'm getting off of a cold. But let's take a look at the bridge, shall we? Let's move all this stuff out of the way. All right. And here's the bridge. It is rather gold, but you do have the panda, and then you have Wick'd on the side. And like I said, this is a clone. This is not an authentic, so. But it does unscrew. And this one's regular thread, not reverse, which isn't a bad thing. really not. But yes, it does unscrew. You have a two-piece cap, and it can go on both ways, but it doesn't look right when you put it on this way. See how you got half a banda? But it can go on both ways. Now, this is the V3, so they redesigned the deck on this one, as far as I know. And I already had the 4 in there. Oh, cool. All right, so I don't need that airflow pin. I'll put it back up in a minute. But you got a big deck in here. Big deck. This is a style wicking that I like. See how you don't see any cotton on the outside. And all your cotton's going to be tucked right in front of these little holes right here. And the juice is going to flow in that way. It just makes the Boro look nice and clean versus, say, the Monarchy that I have in here. You can see the cotton. Where did I put? There they are. You can see the cotton right there poking out, and it just tends to cover up the design that's on this one. Same thing with the glitch. You get this big old ball of cotton right there in the front, and it doesn't look very appeasing to me. But I'm going to put these airflow pin back in this bag and put the rest of the stuff up, and then we'll go over a few other things. Airflow pin is up. All right. With this one, you can swap airflow pins without adjusting your deck. Oh, hold on. Let me get y'all back out where y'all can see. There we go. All right. On this one, you can change your airflow pins without ever adjusting your deck. But it's not really fun because you're gonna need. Do I have my flathead right there? There it is. Take your flathead and stick it in here. Well, I thought I was going to be able to. Nope. Can I get my tweezers in there? Nope. Oh. What about the back side of my scissors? That's thin enough. I had to get the back side of my scissors in there to break that loose. You're going to need something really thin to go down in between there. So, but anyway. Now, I have used this. So, any juice you see on here is from me. But you'll notice what you don't see is an insulator. That's because the insulator is here. You can see the black ring right around there. And that is where this key comes into play. For cleaning purposes, you get this key. And that key fits right down in there. And then you unscrew that, which unscrews this connector. And there's your insulator and O-ring. And now your deck comes apart up here, just like that. Yes, that's what I thought. Okay, so see, your deck comes apart. You've got the peak insulator for the deck. And then you put this back in. Take your hex screw with your peak insulator and your O-ring. Take your key and just screw it back in. We're going to put it nice and snug. Don't wrench down on it, just nice and snug. Just like that. And because this does not protrude, you cannot run it without that airflow pin. That airflow pin has to be in there. And since we already have the biggest one in there, we're going to put it back on there. Now we're going to take this and put it back in the bag so we don't lose it. Very essential to cleaning this. And I'm pretty sure you can acquire this if you lose it. I'm pretty sure there's a few sites out there that will sell it. Maybe even in the Facebook group. That'll go right back down into there. Now, for being a clone, the machining is actually really good on this. It's rather nice. I'm not sure which clone company makes this one, but the quality is top notch for a clone. And you're probably asking yourself, what's with the threads down here? What are those? Well, those go to this. This is what allows you to dry fire the RBA. It screws right onto the bottom. Boom, done. Now you can screw this down onto a mod, like my Solo here. And then you can build on it. Speaking of building, we are going to put this into a mod. We are going to fire it up. We are going to wick it. I'm going to show you how to do that because this one is a little complicated. Not too bad, but just a little bit. But we are going to be building it. So what we're going to do is we're going to be throwing in a set of, you guessed it, Twisted Timmys. But we are going to be running it in Boro configuration. So that's what we're going to be running. If you're looking for some top-notch coils, go check them out. Really nice. Now, let's go back out there. There we go. And since we are going to be running in a mech, what better mech to run it in than our Voodoo? So let's get it built. Let's get it wicked. Let's get it going. Oh, and just to throw it out there, this is what we're going to be using. It's 21 grams. It's Golden Graham cereal splashed with milk and honey. It's rather good, rather tasty. Tastes really good at a higher temperature. So I like running it in a mech. It works good for me. So I'm gonna find my set of Allens in my kit, and we will get this moving. And for those of you who are wondering, I'm running a set of Sir tools, which has multiple sets. Torx, tamper-proof Torx hex, tamper-proof hex ball, slot. What is it? PH and posi. Flathead, positive Phillips heads. So let's find the Allen we need, and I think it's going to be this one. Is it one size up? That was a 1. Let's see if it's going to be a 1.5. The 1 felt kind of loose. And a 1.5 is going to be too big, so it is going to be a 1. That's the 1.5. That's the 1. Tiny little thing. All right. Just going to unscrew these, make sure we're up where we need to be. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, let's go back down. And I would put this on a build stand, but tonight I'm just trying to get it done. All right. We're going to get our coil tool. And per usual, it is going to be a 2.5 inner diameter. This should read anywhere between 2 and 2.2 when we are done. And we're going to try and do these a little different. I'm going to try and get that crackle and pop everybody likes. I'm going to try, not making any promises. I've been trying with a special set of coils from Twisted Timmy's, and I have only succeeded once, and that's only on my mouth to lung. And it wasn't even using the coil. It was using a set of my regular 3.6 regular aliens. But we're going to try it on the max. I don't know, I figured it'd be fun to try. But there's no lip on these to hold it in place. It makes it a little funky, but it'll be all right. So we're just gonna slot it in. And I like to run mine at a little bit of an angle, just so when I twist it straight, in between them, it's got a little bit of a bite. And let's see. Do it like that. See how I have one leg way off here? Let's see. See how I got one leg way off? And it's almost sitting parallel in between the two. I'm going to slide it down in there like that. And then I'm going to twist it just a little bit and hold it so it hits the back of that. Let's see. Where y'all at? Right there. So it hits the back of that. And then while it's down like that, I'm going to take my driver and I'm just going to tighten her down so I get a good grip on it. And then I'll take and twist it back straight so there's some tension on that coil, just so everything's meshed together nice and tight. And there's a lot of room in this chamber, so you can push it down some if you so wish. I plan on it, so I'm going to push it down just a little bit. Now these channels do make it a little hard to push down because there's really nowhere to go down. Like I hit the base. I'd like to go down a little further and get closer to that. As you can see, I'm pretty well off of it right now. See if I can get y'all better angle. Yeah, see how high I am off of it? But the good news is I have plenty inside of here. I have plenty of room. You could run a bigger coil. I like my 2.5s, so we'll leave it at that. I'm going to trim these leads. You have quite a bit of room right here to trim these leads, but we're just going to trim them up nice and short. And if you're wondering about my cutters, these aren't typical cutters. These are plastic and soft wire only from Snap-on. And they have only ever been used to cut this wire. This style wire. Not this exact wire, but this style wire. Only been used to cut resistance wire. Really, really soft wire. Because there's no gap in those tips. None. If you take a look at my other cutters, there's a gap right there in that tip. See it? And for those of you that want them, there's the part number. Maybe a little hard to make out. Let me get it down there. There you go. There's the part number. You can order and buy these if you so wish. Do I recommend it? No, it's probably rather expensive, but I put it on my truck account. It'll be all right. Now, let's go back up. All right, to make this happen, from my understanding, all the literature I have read, into the trash. Awesome. All right. All the literature I have read and all the videos I have watched says I need to start this thing out at 10 and let it glow from there. I don't even think it glows. I think it's more of just making sure there's no hot spots. Let's get tilt down here so you can watch that color change. It's almost the same color as the base right now. Yeah, it is. Here we go. Let's go up to 15. That looks beautiful. All right, let's go 20. 25. Let's do 30. Boom. Rapid. Look at that. Boom. All right. That is reading. It's reading 1.3, but I don't believe it. throw this cap on here real quick, make sure we're not shorted. Unscrew it. There we go. After resetting the ohms on it, it's reading 2.0 out just like it should. If I hit this button and it starts counting, then we don't have a short. Look at that. We do not have a short. Beautiful. All right, let's wick this thing, shall we? And as usual, we're going to be using our 2.5. And this one doesn't require much, just a little bit. And I am actually going to take some off of our 2.5. Just a little bit. Spread it out. Probably take off a little bit more. There we go. And we'll twist it back down. Get this fibers in order. And I will super twist my ends and slide it through. We'll go back and forth. Make sure we're all nice and loose. And this is where the wicking can get a little unusual. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it flush. Put my scissors up against it and just, and then I'm going to go to this side like this, same side, just on the side of it, and go, and just hold off of it a little bit, and go, and then you're left with that. And then I just go back straight from that curve and snip it down. You could probably just do it like this, which we'll try it on the side, but then you got to go back and trim it either way. The object is I like to flare it out right in front of that hole that's right there. And then we'll go and fluff it up. And just tuck it down in there. Just like that. A little bit of cotton. Make sure that hole is completely covered and make sure there's enough that whenever you put that cap on there, it's going to sit pretty. And I'll show you what I mean here in a minute, but we're going to fluff this out. We're just going to tuck it down in there. Just like that. Go back and make sure that that cap's going to sit pretty. Just like that. All right. Now it looks a little extra cotton everywhere. All right, it looks a little funny from the top, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to tuck this under and back towards the hole. Same thing with this, just back towards that hole. Just so I have good airflow coming out of the airflow pin. And if you got a little bit poking out of that hole, it's okay. Smooth down your cotton edges. And that's what it should look like. Something pretty similar to this. All right. Let's throw some of this 21 grams on there. I'm going to do it the same way. Touch, pulse, drip, pulse, drip, pulse, drip, pulse. There it is. All right. Once you get it all waked up, you'll notice that down here, you'll notice you'll have juice starting to fill up on that cotton here and here. I'm going to leave it like that, not fully saturated yet. And it just makes this next part a lot easier to deal with. Because then there's not a lot of juice all on the outside of it. But you see how clean that looks? Yeah, you got some little stragglers right there, but compared to a Monarch style wicking where it's just all out and fluffy and that looks so much better. Even the new, where is it at? Oh, you might not be able to see it, but even the XO doesn't have that. You don't see any cotton, and that's on a future review. Okay, but back to the Omega. Now we have it wicked. We have it ready to go. We have our chimney. Now we just need our Boro. Like I said, we're throwing it in the Susie, so let's get the Susie Boro out. Freshly cleaned. Smells clean. All right, so we're going to untwist this from the adapter. I know. It's another adapter that you have to keep track of. But I've already showed you how to keep track of them, right? I mean, you literally go buy you a tackle box organizer. And they're all in there. I mean, I'll show you again. Hold on. Oh, y'all get to see my messy disc. Yeah, they're all in there. Every one of them. Even the one for the vapes now. It's in there. The dot snail. That's in there. I have one for the steam shell, which is right there. And I have another one for the dot mob, which is, I don't know if it's in this one or the other one. That I don't remember. Oh no, the dot mob's right there. It has its own. Yeah, they're all here. Just pick you one up, put the dividers in, label them. I've got all the labels on the back walls here. You can't really see them. Label them. Then you never have to lose them. That's my tech tip for the day. How about that? But anyway, back to the Wick'd. I'm going to stick the Panda out. Let's get y'all down here. What are you doing? Why are y'all way up there? All right. cotton. All right. I'm going to stick the panda up, and I'm going to slide this chimney through the top. There's two sections. One side's got threads, one side doesn't. Just going to slide it in there. And remember, it's regular threads, so line it up. It should start screwing nice and smooth. Once you get it screwed in there, thumb over it, just like that. Tighten it down. You don't have to wrench it, just snug it up. And just slide it in. That easy. Beautiful, right? Beautiful. Now, pour our glass in. That gold doesn't actually look bad against that blue. Just kind of, what is it Grim Green says? Just blah, some juice in there. Gold liquid. Gold bridge. You honestly almost can't tell it's gold because of the fluid, because of the juice. It just looks stainless steel with juice around it. So we're going to slide this in here like this. Put our flush nut on. Snug it down. Let's see, do we have a fully charged 18650 back here? We do. We're going to run the cartoon characters. That sounds good. Just plop, throw them in, just like that. Now, let's see if we got it. Put our cover back on the side. We got it. Probably got it wicked a little too tight, but it's okay. The airflow is really nice. 4.0 on the mech. Really, really nice. Now, I did some research on these and I looked them up. You can get these in a variety of colors off of the clone sites. So I will put that picture probably right there. And those are the colors that I found. And they do come in a wide variety of colors that I can see of, but this one I picked up in a package deal when I got the Harpy. It came with the Harpy. So it wasn't bad for what it was. The cons are, well, the Allen wrench never fits. Everybody knows that. I'm not going to count that one. The key to take it all apart to clean it, that was a con for me. Normally I rely on the airflow pins to hold it in, but it's nice that you can change the airflow pin without having to refire your coil. That's nice. It works. Especially if you're switching between mouth to lung and restricted direct lung or just direct lung. It's nice not to have to repulse your coil every time you change it, your airflow pin. Now, airflow pins. This only comes with 5 airflow pins. You get a 1.5, a 2.5, you get a 1.5, you get a 2.5, you get a 3, 3.5, and a 4.0. Now, restricted direct lung, great, perfect. When you start getting down into MTL, you only have one choice for it, and that is the 1.5. Do a lot of people use it? Probably. Some of them like a more restricted draw. So I would have liked to see more airflow pins for mouth to lung than just a 1.5. Now, I can't speak for the authentic. Maybe it comes with more, but the one I have only came with those 5. And all the research that I did on the clone, because that's the information I needed to give y'all, was on the clone, was those 5 airflow pins. So that's the information I was able to give y'all. Let's see. Let's throw this in a regulated device real quick. Even with that Met coil in there. Just to see. Just to see. Let's throw it in the C-bot, shall we? Ooh, I got some condensation on that. Mm-hmm. Get that cleaned up a little bit. I do my best to keep them clean. I really do. But here, we're going to throw it in the C-bot real quick. I know the tank looks funny. I'm not stressing that. That says 1.9, and we're at 35. That sounds better. Let's go up to 40. That's still 2.7 volts. That's 3 volts. I may have to switch that. Throw it in a regulated. Which means I'm going to change boro tanks, but after I drain this one. We're definitely not going to run it that hot. Let's run it back down to 40. Puts it at 2.7 volts. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. Yeah, 2.7 volts. That's not bad. Probably would like it more at 45. There we go. Well, We've already dedicated it to the mech, so we're going to put it back in the mech. Yeah, because I got warm. So the mech can handle the heat. I don't really want to put that much heat on a chip. All right, let's see. Ooh, she's a little more violent now. Yeah, so I'm waffling. I'm going back and forth. I'd much rather be vaping it. So that's it for the night. That's my review on the Wick'd Omega V3. Yeah, V3. And as always, thank y'all so much for coming to hang out with the Blue Collar Bastard on the Vape'n Bastard channel. And I will see y'all again next week, where we will be taking a look at the glitch. But I've already cracked it, so you're going to have to deal with that in the next video. See y'all next week.